party ultimately has made their way back to the confluence of elemental planes to the city of Brass, where there is a massive war going on between the armies of the Sultan and his Ifriti immortals, the Unquenchables, the Illuminated. They go by many different names depending on which legion you are a part of. But the armies of the Sultan of the city of Brass are waging war against the armies of Shadow, led by, well, who knows who, but at the behest of Shar, a malevolent deity who is the goddess of darkness and the jealous twin sister of Selune, and has been a thorn in the side of this party throughout this campaign. Or more accurately, you have been a thorn in her side, thwarting several of her schemes, most notably in the Shadowfell, when you recovered the Mote of Shadow, which she was after. Returning...
We did something right!
Yay! Returning, you do have the Mote of Shadow, which the High Priestess of the Raven Queen, Cacophony, has begun to learn how to utilize to great effect. In fact, able to essentially both appropriate or, I don't know, I guess trap the shadow within the stone, or expel the shadow from inhabiting the hosts, individuals that it possesses. And learning how to do both of these things, she has successfully freed several very important fire giants of the Emberheart clan, as well as empowered the Mote of Shadow by trapping several different shadow creatures within that were attacking the party. The party made their way through the underground passage from the Emberheart clan through the
Forge area.
The forge and the lake of magma that is underneath the long castle, which is their destination, and through the audience chamber of the several houses that met underground and would convene with the emissaries of the Sultan, made their way ultimately across the brass bridge and saved the forge leader of the Emberhearts, the forge caller, Haggart was his name, by taking out a Nightwalker, which is no easy feat. And so the party dispatched. There was some assistance, and you have a very powerful
Mote of Shadow.
Mote of Shadow, which can do very powerful things to shadow creatures. But ultimately, the fire Hellion Delphod, which was guarding the bridge and the gate into the long castle, lowered the fire as Antony, the wizard, teleported next to him and showed that you were friends, at least in that combat. And so as the Nightwalker is dispatched, his form sucked into the Mote of Shadow and dematerialized, the Emberheart clan all kind of comes together on the narrow bridge, embracing Haggart. You have Zadis and Barbar and Dolph all there, all survived. And Zadis next to Antony, who is next to the fire Hellion Delphod. And Delphod looks down at you all. And
it was episode 17.
With Sola. You went back and looked.
No.
Very good. Episode 17. Looks down at you all. The heat in this place is still overwhelming. And you are all wilted and exhausted, several of you having taken several levels of exhaustion.
I died 4 times.
Some of you, that was previously, having died recently and been brought back. Hashin, no longer a half-elf of the drow variety, but now a full-born, high-born high elf.
Or a human, or he's not in any of those anymore.
When he walks now,
Dwarf.
he hears when models walk down a catwalk, like a.
I'm too sexy for
That's
my
how he
pants.
Right.
The light in here is not giving me the right effect.
And so, in this scene where the shadow has been
He's calling people
dispersed,
darling.
giants hugging each other,
What's up,
you
babe?
see Hashin just kind of looking into the brass reflection in the bridge, kind of doing some turns.
Well, maybe you'll sleep it off.
Duck face.
Let's
Blue
hope.
steel, blue steel. Are you an ambi turner?
Can't turn left.
And be turned.
But why male models?
Delphod looks down at you, Antony, and with a chuckle, he just says, "Perhaps you are useful after all. Welcome to the Long Castle."
I slumped down.
And that's the episode.
I like it.
That's what we had from last week, guys.
That's a wrap.
We had to cut
Let's
it
go.
off.
Did he drop the firewall?
Firewall is dropped,
How's the big guy look? The forge guy.
Forge Caller, I mean, he took a little bit of
We really hit him.
damage. You did hit him. He was reduced less than half of his health. There were some pretty big hits that he took.
Time for disintegrate.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being so weak-minded.
I have no slot. 0 slots. Yeah, I'm definitely.
Maybe you just yell it, disintegrate! Nothing happens.
So then I say to the guy, well, thanks for not melting my face off when I showed up here.
It was a surprise, and I was tempted to do so. But it seems you have an Ember Heart with you. And, well, a friend of an Ember Heart is a friend of the Souls.
It's definitely us.
It was part of our strategy. We thought this all out.
Yeah.
We actually have
It's pretty-
his parents back there as well, if you haven't seen them yet.
I was told that the Ember Hearts were lost to the Shadow. How did you manage to free them?
Good swift kick of the pants.
But it's a good thing you forgot what I told you during that battle, but...
No, he didn't believe you.
That is not
Oh, that's true.
something we discuss with you, but we would like to discuss with Jahar
I mean,
Habib.
let's... you lose the sucker.
There's so much
Wait. Do
power.
you see these cheekbones?
Do you see the fire giants?
Yeah.
I
We're good.
rank them by like 7 steps.
He slicks his hair back.
Losers.
Can we go inside?
It's really high.
He looks past you to the sassy storm giant.
Hey, I see
She's
your
on her
gaze
tippy
go like,
toes.
hey, I'm right here. What the heck? Chopped liver.
Do elves have livers?
Who are you, daughter of Anam?
I am Ray Esmeralda from the House of Yawin.
What is a member of the storm doing in the city of brass?
Something we would like to discuss with Jahar. And the Salted.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
I like how you said only his first name.
19.
Giga high, Chad.
Ray's on her tippy toes. Arms crossed.
He looks at you and
Trying to
kind
be
of
intimidating.
seeing that smiles. I admire your spunk.
You did well holding up this bridge.
The Stormborn may enter.
My party goes with me.
Thank you.
We have important and vital news for the safety of this entire confluence.
He looks over each one of you and stops on Celine. He looks at her and kind of cocks his head, and then there's a kind of a knowing raise of his eyebrows and a nod of his head, as if this kind of inner monologue is going on, this recognition of who she is. The daughter of Azazel is a friend of the sect of the Burning One.
Of course she is.
And may enter the Long Castle.
Carissa, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
The Burning One. Gonna recall that later.
That might become important.
The sect of the Burning One?
Daughter of Azazel, the sect of the Burning, the friend of the Burning One.
How does she pronounce it? Azazel? Or what was her pronunciation?
Well, she called it Azazel. Someone else called it
Azazel.
Aziel.
Aziel.
Yeah.
Which is important to note that it was Azazel here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He looks over,
Aziel
side-eyed
was a,
at Hashin.
X-Men?
Says, the pathetic daughter of Azazel's daughter, an envoy of Mengelbar, may also enter.
Oh, I think that's you.
That's you.
Azazel's daughter?
Oh, wait, what? Huh?
A daughter?
Whose daughter?
Doter.
Doter.
Oh.
Azazel's.
You have an accent. Thank you, good sir. And I walk on by.
What?
Who are you? Exactly.
I'm exactly who I told you I was when I came across.
Your name.
Anthony Corellian. We may have met in the past, I'm not sure.
You are illuminated.
No, I am the Illuminated One.
Get the title
Roll
right, bitch.
a intimidation with your intelligence.
Oh, shoot.
Oh. So this was an intimidation?
Yes, it actually was, I think. With intelligence.
I'm the illuminated one.
On top of or...
No, just straight.
As the
Oh!
hold on, do I have any lucky?
Wait,
Do I have a lucky?
I think you have
I have
lucky.
all my
You have
luckies.
your
Oh my
lucky.
goodness.
so did you roll a 1?
I did.
I'm the illuminated one. Glasses falling. I'm just a guy.
Am I proficient in intimidation? No. So,
Are you proficient in intelligence?
So
Yeah, what do you
remember,
use
you're
your
adding your
intelligence?
intelligence as a modifier.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
So 11.
Oh, fair enough. You're right.
Wait, do you get plus for being within
No, it's
No,
not a
manuscript?
saving throw.
Darn.
saves, but not sealed. So he looks at you with a kind of a chuckle. The illuminated one may enter.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to bow, though.
Yeah.
I like you. Who are you?
My name is Enmanuel de la Vega. I am not anyone that you would have heard about. The group I was with is disbanded, and I was cast out of it before I left anyway, so you may not know me at all.
He's an integral part of our team.
Yeah.
He's needed. A most necessary.
At least for the last
Ally.
few days, you know.
Those other guys don't know what they gave up with him.
It's true.
Roll persuasion. Both of you can, or one of you can roll with advantage.
Go for it.
Besides.
34.
Holy smokes.
Dang, I wish I would have rolled like that.
Kind of side eyes you. Looks back at you. What are you watching for here?
Oh, he knows everything.
I am watching for the crossover of those who do not belong.
That was the most vague answer.
I have to be because he's
a
one of them.
politician.
Now we're learning things.
Oh.
There are many above us. And perhaps you will be able to assist in their eradication as he looks to Cacophony.
Hi, I'm Cacophony.
Nice.
And what do you do, Cacophony?
I'm kind of like the most important person present right now.
Why?
She would never say that.
She's a very good friend of ours. We feel obliged to protect her. She can do some blasty stuff, and her and the Raven Queen are tight.
How did you...
Mm-hmm.
How did you do that to the shadows?
I'm special.
Show him the bone hand. It's definitely the bone hand.
I don't have a hand.
Touched by the Raven Queen herself.
I like her voice.
Bone
It's
hand?
fun.
Definitely did it.
It's kind of.
Molly just found her next show.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stop talking like this.
Maybe Ray just starts mimicking.
I like it. I learned mimic, guys.
So, yeah, it's definitely the bone hand. The Raven Queen touched that left hand, and therefore it gives her special powers.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Technically deception.
I'm good either way.
Okay.
Yes, it'll be deception.
27.
You have been touched by the Raven Queen.
Whole hand.
Willingly. There was consent.
She doesn't always wait for that.
He knows.
Yeah, I mean, I was there. I saw it happen. There was like this pool, and she, like, they were talking, and there was chanting, and she dipped the hand in. Bang! Out! Feathers gone. Bone hand, special powers. You can see right up to the elbow.
It is rather unique. She who walks through shadow may enter.
Thank you.
Well, follow me.
Is there anything on the other side?
He smiles at you and turns and snaps a finger, and the massive brass gate begins to kind of slowly raise upward.
Oh, I can't wait to get out of this heat.
Same.
You see the intricately adorned fiery motifs begin to disappear beneath the black marble, which is the foundation of the long castle. As you enter through the gate, you are greeted with a reprieve from the scorching flame,
Nice.
which previously sapped your strength.
I feel like I can finally breathe.
He's bad out there.
It is.
You begin to walk, and it is a pretty difficult, in the sense, not difficult terrain, but the steps are made for giants. And so they're about 5 feet tall, each step.
So we're jumping up.
Exactly. It
Ray,
is.
can you yip, please?
I could. Do you want to risk it?
I don't want to walk up these. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I'm sure. Okay.
One.
No.
You're traveling much longer than 10 minutes.
Forget
so
it.
it won't
Okay.
even get you.
I don't even have. I think I have like 2 minutes left.
Yeah. So you are all kind of
I'll give you a piggyback ride.
struggling to keep up. Delphod is moving at a slow pace, but he is also expecting that you're going to do what you can to keep up. As you follow, he leads you through this narrow tunnel, narrow for a giant. He is walking, and it's essentially just along his shoulders. And it is just tall enough. He even has a little bit of a hunch as he goes. Up the stairs, up, platform, forward. As he moves, the air grows cooler as the distant glow of the lava, which was illuminating the path, shuts off as you hear the of the gate behind you closing once more. As you go forward, the distant glow gives way to a glow in the front. The glow behind gives way to a glow in the front of ornate magical sconces, which you see on the sides of the walls, containing ever-burning flames that light the path. At various intervals, Delphod stops and seems to motion, although his body is blocking. You don't see the front of his body, but you see him kind of stop and motion. And after a moment, he seems to continue forward. And as you go through a couple of these, you realize that you are passing through checkpoints. And you begin to see various kill slits and exit points for hidden traps that are spaced all throughout, which he seems to be either setting at ease or, deactivating and then reactivating as you go through. Delphod wordlessly leads you on through this basalt and marble tunnel up the seemingly unending stairs. And the basalt slowly gives way to more of the black marble, carved and hewn and set in place here at the foundation of the long castle. It's at this point that the walls take on a more polished look, and you begin to see runes that are etched in various places. These primordial runes are of the language of fire. If anyone speaks that, it's Ignean, and it is...
Is that one you can choose?
If you speak primordial.
Oh, I do.
I think.
And you begin to see essentially a history of the city of Brass and the Ifriti conquest thereof. It recounts tales of battles and the forging of mighty weapons and various feats of the Ifriti people under the Sultan's rule and reign. These inscriptions seem both historical as well as a warning to anyone who would be trying to make their way in to the Long Castle through this entry point.
Could I, while we're walking, struggling to walk with this pit fiend, what is he?
He is a Hellion.
Hellion.
You can roll a history check to see if you know what that is. Anyone can do so if you care to.
17.
What kind of interesting?
17 is enough to know, with your familiarity with the city of Brass, a Hellion is a fire giant that has made a pact with a devil.
Okay.
Oh,
And has
okay.
been turned essentially into almost like a fire giant tiefling. They are half devil and half giant at this point.
Could I, as I'm struggling behind him in Infernal, ask him, does he walk this hallway often?
He stops and looks back over his shoulder. And he responds in Infernal. As often as I need to.
I wonder if our fish friend became overcome by shadow.
The aboleth?
Yeah, the
Oh,
fish that was
God, I hope
stalking
not.
us.
Yeah. That'd be
There was
terrifying.
a fish?
It's
I thought it was a newt.
It's an aboleth, but
Turned me into a newt. I got better.
Hope we meet him soon.
okay. Just fishing for information that might prove useful.
Okay. He continues on. Again, not addressing any of you, but seemingly not unwilling to answer questions if anyone else would seek to address him.
Do we feel anything as we're walking past these runes?
So these
Are
runes
these
don't...
wards of any kind?
They don't seem to be wards.
Okay.
They seem to be more of just runes of history. However,
Oh, okay.
you do sense, you in particular sense, that when he stops and pauses and makes some motions, that there is an arcane effect that is occurring.
Oh.
And so, again, you can't see it, but because his form essentially takes up almost the entire frame ahead of you.
Okay.
But he's definitely doing something magical to abate the traps or runes or whatever is going on as you pass through.
Okay. So we couldn't have made this trip without him.
Well, it would have hurt a lot more.
Okay. Good.
You do get the sense, however, that there is almost a sort of anti-magic effect
I assumed that. Yeah.
and that
Not
any,
like we have any
in
magic left.
particular, any sort of teleportation magic would be useless, and
Makes sense.
you're not even sure if you'd be able to cast high-level spells here. So this whole space is very warded for that any sort of infiltration type of magic
Makes sense.
and exfiltration type of magic. At the tunnel's exit, you guys emerge into a vast chamber. You see flows of seething lava stretching along most of the floor ahead of you, disappearing into giant vacuous lava waterfalls that you don't see the bottom of. You just see them kind of this endless roiling flow of magma. Their surface occasionally erupting in fiery geysers. Delphod speaks up at this point as he gestures to countless cages of all shapes and sizes that are hanging above the magma pits. Welcome to the dungeon. It's a good thing you are a guest and not one relegated to the cages. As your eye follows the long chains that hold cages up to the ceiling, you see in the distance a stairway that snakes upward that you appear to be headed toward. All throughout this chamber and along the stairs, you spy fire elementals, salamanders, and other magma creatures guarding the space, ready to engage at a moment's notice should anyone dare break out or seek to set someone free.
Can I?
So there are people in the cages?
Most cages are empty or filled with skeletons, but you all may roll perception checks to see anything more.
Can I first insight these fire beings to see if they are willingly doing this?
Sure.
If I can figure that out.
Sure, roll an
Just by watching?
insight, I'd say. Insight, yep.
Better. 17.
So fire elementals are very difficult to read.
Yeah.
And the salamanders, which are snake-like creatures of flesh and fire, they all seem like they are dutifully holding their post.
Okay.
Like this is an honor for them to have this role.
Okay.
It's also much better than being on the front lines outside.
Can I recall, before you move on to the skeletons, why were Faye and Scarlet not aligned with the Sultan? Do we know?
So
Can't remember.
they did
There's
not.
someone missing from their group.
They did not.
Probably has to do with that. But.
They did not say so directly, but they said that they were desirous of ruling in his stead, more or less. That they were more worthy than he.
And there was a broken statue in there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a broken statue of a sixth dragon,
Yeah.
which
And
was
Sixth Dragon
broken.
was scribbled out in
All
all
right.
the drawings.
Yep.
We're just making, and I'm conjecturing. Go ahead.
Well, you can all roll perception to see what you can see in this vacuous space.
Oh, I got a 7.
That's a good one.
16.
27?
Perception. 27? Okay.
Got it.
16.
16. All right.
27.
Mm-hmm.
With the 16s, you see in the distance a handful of humanoids that are alive. You also see, although you can't make out any of the specifics of them, you also see 2 massive shimmering cages of magical force that are inlaid into the black marble walls. These shields of magical force are probably 50 feet by 50 feet
Wow.
in a square shape. The first contains a massive being of pure flame that is constantly roiling and lashing out against the fields.
Cool.
Is this that ibex guy?
That particular creature has various perches inlaid in the wall around its containment unit, are surrounded by a whole cadre of water myrmidons. In the other containment chamber, on the opposite side of the wall, behind a similar shimmering field of force, you see a manacled ancient red dragon that seems to be watching you very intently. You in particular.
Oh, excellent.
Speaking of they and Scarlet,
Yeah.
what are these people's crimes?
Let me get to what he
Oh,
sees first.
sorry.
27.
Yep.
We got more.
My bad.
As you look out, Manny, you perceive that in the humanoid beings, there is one that sits cross-legged, almost in a meditative pose, with very large white feathery wings folded around it. Its skin is a light bluish color. And
Is it a male or female?
you can't tell because you see its back, but you are quite confident that this is an angelic being. You also see a couple of water genasi, which are secluded and in cages hanging over the lava, wilting from the heat that is...
I would subtly, be beside Hashin, tap him in the hip, and point their direction just to see if he knows. Because I know that he was the ward of a water genasi.
Yep. Let me finish my descriptions of what you see, then you can
Sorry,
do whatever you want to do.
I didn't want to forget.
Yep. You see two dwarf-like Azers that are in cages.
They're like fire dwarfs.
They're
right?
basically fire dwarves. You see a warforged standing resolutely with its hands resting on the cage.
I have a guess on who that is, but
And you see several Abishai of various colors: red, black, green, white. Abishai are half dragon, half devils,
okay.
which are the favored dispatches of Tiamat in Avernus, the first layer of hell. You also see several frost giants that are held as well. Now, you may have whatever conversation or direction that you care to.
What are these people's crimes?
They have offended the Sultan, and that is all one need do to be relegated to this prison.
For how long? Their whole life?
For as long as the Sultan desires.
You guys need a better justice system.
You can take that up with the Sultan.
In the frost giants, do I see anyone that I would recognize?
So as you follow Manny's stare, you can kind of make out in the distance humanoid figures, some that you recognize as giants, but you can't, they're too far for you to get any of their details.
And that would be the same for Hashin.
Correct.
What's Santa Claus's name?
Tomaten.
Who is the angelic being?
I don't know. Surprised you could see him. Or her. I don't remember.
I don't know either.
You never just like talk to him? Like, hey, you. What'd you do?
No. Other than to taunt.
What do I know about Blue Angels?
Blue Angels?
Yeah. What does anyone know?
Roll
about
history
Blue
check.
They're part of the Marines. They do a lot of flyovers and Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Angels? 28.
28. So, you know,
You know quite a bit.
there are various kind of types of angels. And there are 3 usual kind of types within classification, so to speak, within the angelic ranks. There are obviously lots of varieties in the way they look and manifest and the jobs they do and things like that. The highest ranks are known as solars. And these are very powerful beings. There are not many of them, and they typically lead angelic hosts. They are what Zariel was. They are what other leaders of hosts, famous leaders of hosts, are solars. The next level down, which are the lieutenants, the generals underneath the solars, who would be like the supreme allied commander, so to speak, are referred to as planetars. And these planetars are typically smaller version of solars. Solars, you figure, are kind of the classic angelic-looking, white-winged hosts.
Oh, okay.
They take on the form of various humanoids. Never tieflings, but could look more elvish, could look more dwarvish, could look more humanoid.
Vediclinish.
Sure. Although yes, that is specific to
The blue.
I forget what material plane that is. It's the Magic the Gathering, one of theirs.
Eberron.
The one that JB's from.
Yeah,
Zendikar.
Zendikar.
Oh.
Zendikar, yeah. Planetars are not quite as large and imposing as a solar, but they are powerful themselves. Think of a planetar as on the level of like a lower level pit fiend. Whereas a solar could take on a pit fiend and defeat it, a planetar would be pretty evenly matched. A solar could take on a archdevil.
Okay. Baylor?
Yes, a planetar could take on a Baylor.
Oh, Baylors are less? I thought they were-
Baylors are stronger than pit fiends.
Yeah.
Slightly, technically.
So solars sit at the table with the divine. Every
Yes.
once in a while.
Yes,
Okay.
they are
They're big
they
guys.
are the right hands of the divine.
Gotcha.
The planetars are right hands of the right hand.
The right hand of the right hand.
Assistant to the regional
Assistant to the regional manager. The rank and file, so to speak, are referred to as devas,
Okay.
and these are all different shapes and colors. Many of them are.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And you know Bethel was a Deva, right?
Bethel was a planetar.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
So this
Okay.
this guy to you, as pointed out, looks to be of the Deva class.
Okay. Nobody important then.
Pansy.
Moving on. But if I can be at the back of the line, and as we walk past the 50-foot cage of the dragon, I'd like to pull my shirt up to show him my mark on the back of my shirt.
Now it becomes useful.
I don't know, maybe.
The dragon?
The dragon
or
already knows it.
Yeah, the
There.
dragon.
The
Oh, I
dragon
know.
you're showing the
I'm just
mark to?
confirming its
Yeah.
smell.
That we both know what we both know. You know that I know that you know.
That's all I want to do.
It continues to stare at you
Wait
I'll
a
lick my
sec.
lips a little bit.
Does
I only looked at your eyes for a moment.
Does it remind us? Remember how there was in They and Scarlet, there was one that like they thrashed because something happened to it.
The one that they scribbled out of the pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not sure why though.
Okay.
Do not know why.
Whether they think he's dead or he betrayed
Mm.
them or
Yeah.
something like that. Don't know.
Does he look like the same color as the they?
Red?
It's an ancient red dragon. It's, comparatively speaking, would be the largest of all of them,
6.
sixth, with the exception of
Yeah.
the king, the big one. So this would be probably the second largest. Are you motioning that towards the dragon?
I message it to him.
You
Your
don't have
message fails.
Yeah.
You try to utter a spell and
Good to know that nothing works.
Level 1 either. Yeah.
It's a cantrip.
That's a cantrip.
you get the sense
Now
that
that I'm a high
they
elf.
don't want any sort of communication from any arcanists within this space.
And there's no like museum posts sitting up with like just tells us everything about what's behind the
Well, there was in
Unfortunately-
that other one. Yeah, if we just look hard enough, it might be there.
That's
Oh
true.
no! Don't touch that. Around the corner.
Yes, this is not creatures on display. These are
right.
creatures in captivity.
Fair
Yes,
enough.
sir. And we do not cause trouble in the dungeon. We continue moving.
Okay, you can
Right? I
Ask-
mean, okay.
ask or Delphat any questions. You can.
Does Mango Bar know those 4 are here?
I don't know what Mengobar knows.
What is your usual role? I imagine you're not down at the Dolph's Bridge or whatever that was. Often.
I am one of the lieutenants of Jagar Hajad.
Okay. So, like, do you manage this place quite a bit then, in under non-war times?
I do what I am told.
All right, fair enough. I appreciate hierarchy.
As do all of us in the infernal clans.
So really, like, no interest whatsoever on what these people did? I know you said you talked to them to mock, but imagine how much more effective your mocks could be
If
if
knew
you
who
were
they
pinpointed with material.
I know what you are doing.
Yeah,
If you have a question, ask it.
yeah. Who are those for?
I don't know. They're insignificant prisoners.
All right, who's the dragon?
Calliops.
Where'd he come from?
She.
Oh.
Rude.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Is a former member of They and Scarlet.
Okay. That's all I got.
Why did they break? Why is she here and not in the in Scarlet? Do you know what she did?
I do.
You won't tell us.
I will not.
Why
Is it,
not?
like, really bad?
It is not necessary for me to share.
Fair
Is
enough.
she the most significant prisoner you have here?
Depends on how you measure significance.
How do you measure significance?
All right, Socrates.
That is a good question, though.
Narl Nars would say it is the most significant.
Who's that?
As he gestures towards the
Ball of fire.
primordial of flame.
Oh. Gnarl Nar?
Narl Nar.
It's a pretty
Nar,
cool name.
space, all, space, Nar.
GNAR?
N-A-R, N-A-R. N-A-R, space, A-L, space, N-A-R.
Okay.
Is that like a phrase that you don't even have to roll? Like, oh, that guy? Or,
Oh, that guy.
you know what I mean?
Of legend. Of lore.
He would know it. It's a primordial was one who fought against the gods
A
in the
titan.
Dawn
A
Wars.
titan of creation.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I
A
feel
Greek
like
titan?
that should be something
And
people would know.
well,
I'm surprised this cage holds that
he's
thing.
trapped, and Imix has tried to step into Narlnar's role, and you would know that Imix is essentially on the leash of the Sultan,
Gotcha.
Right, we did learn that actually
Yeah.
together.
and Gnarl Gnar is really the guy,
Right. And he's in
but
captivity.
the Sultan has him trapped. Because if he would get out, he could. He'd
Spark
be a
an
real
uprising.
threat to the Sultan.
I tell you what, that one's impressive there.
Yes,
This Sultan's pretty powerful.
you have no idea.
I mean, I've spent many a year here, so familiar with him. I'm actually impressed, more so now. Always liked him, good guy. Strong but fair is what I always said.
Well, if you agree with the Sultan's judge of fairness, then he is fair.
Who am I to disagree?
Throwing out all the song lyrics today.
So
Share, baby. Isn't she? She's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Anyway,
Who is?
Cher and Ozzy Osbourne actually.
We'll tell you our knowledge
And A Tribe
if you
Called
tell
Quest.
us your knowledge
all
of.
stone giants, the rock and roll.
Yes, they are of the lowest level.
Don't talk to her about them. They're pathetic. We spit on them, right?
They adherents to Ogre
I wasn't paying attention. Wait, was it?
Ogre
what?
Ogre Mock.
I heard of that guy.
Yes, he's had some.
Is that the book you have?
Doing some doing ons here.
Yes, he's had some rumblings of late.
Yeah, that
Yes.
guy.
Releasing the geysers, if you will.
Speaking of which, geysers being released. Has that had any negative effect here?
We only ask because we've traveled around a lot and we've seen things.
Yeah.
It is not ideal for the Sultan to have water and
True.
re-engaged. However,
Could see, yeah.
it has been helpful to keeping Gnarl Gnar in check.
Oh, see what we've done?
no.
I mean,
Silver linings, right?
Right.
What one meant for evil, you could turn around for good.
perspective.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to.
He kind of.
I assume we kind of are
Yeah, you're walking as you're going. The steps now are no longer of the 5-foot variety. They're smaller because there are smaller creatures which tend to this prison. But he is taking like
75.
8 of them at a time.
I did have one question for him. I asked, hey, when I said I was the illuminated one, did you distinguish between that and your illuminated guards here?
I presume you are referring to your old magic.
Yes, yes. Very good, very good. Because I seem to have lapses in memory and ability. I'm just wondering if you had any insight into that name that many have called me.
Well, the true illuminated one is the Sultan.
Oh,
fair. Makes sense.
Wow.
This is probably a perspective thing again.
Maybe.
But
Now, is that capitalized or not?
his
Every single
magic
word.
is bound in flame and ash. Yours is of light, apparently.
How you know this?
I watched you wield your
Yeah.
arcane.
I reveal things sometimes. I don't.
Oh, does the Sultan like gifts? I have one for him.
He does.
Good.
What's your gift?
Don't worry about it.
Sure, it must be quite unique for it to mean anything to him.
I think he'll like
He
it.
does have an ancient red dragon.
It's kind of like a pet, and I got them on the road, so I think it would be a good gesture. And obviously, we're trying to be on the right foot with him.
pet?
Well, you better be on the right foot with Jagar Hajad before you have any hopes.
Can we
I-
bypass?
Yeah, is there a ski?
Can we bypass
quest.
Jagar Hashad?
No,
Sorry, I think we'll be okay.
I hope for your sake.
I'm feeling good about it.
Listen, we've been bonding with Giga Chad for a while now. So
At least his name.
As you continue to ascend from the depths, the twisting staircase spirals upward for many floors. Its steps are also etched with ancient runes, these ones all glowing now. You surmise that they are an additional failsafe for the dungeon, no doubt. As you finally come to the top of the stairs, you emerge from the subterranean levels to the sound of clanging metal. Here, you see Ifriti and fire giant blacksmiths toiling tirelessly at their metalcraft and enchanting, their hammers striking molten metal upon anvils of enchanted basalt and steel. The air seethes with the scent of heated brass and the rhythmic clang of hammer against that steel. The forge's walls shimmer with magical runes inscribed by Ifriti sorcerers to enhance the weapons crafted here.
Cool.
Blades, armor, and other implements of war take shape amidst the roaring flames. As you make your way through the forge, you crest another staircase, not nearly as long, into an armory. Its ceiling vaulted, the walls each holding a deadly assortment of arms, adorned with chandeliers similar to before with the ever-burning flames. Rows of weapon racks stretch along the walls, swords with blades of living fire, scimitars etched with magical runes, and halberds adorned with gem-encrusted pommels all await the Sultan's warriors. Shields, too, bear intricate designs, armors magically enhanced, their surfaces reflecting the ever-present glow of the magma pools strewn about. In the center of the armory, a massive barred and runed vault stands shut, guarded by a red dragon that seems to be sleeping in front of it. Delphod wordlessly and quietly walks past.
No one's gonna
Do
do,
I,
anything.
do I recognize the dragon?
You do not.
I'd walk
I
past too.
straighten my back a little bit while I walk.
clench up.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh boy.
At the end of the armory, you see a long hallway that stretches into the distance. Massive iron doors line either side of the hallway. The plain nature of this space gives you the impression that herein lies bunk rooms, mess halls, and other necessary quarters
Oh, that food looks so good.
for the soldiers within. A barracks, if you will.
Spicy though.
I don't care.
Delphod stops at this point and turns in a sort of nexus space. The long hallway leading down one side, the armory that you are coming up from, and you get the sense that this long castle is quite wide, if not particularly deep, but very long and wide, very long in length. In front of you, a massive iron steel door, even bigger than the bronze gate downstairs, is barred and sealed shut. Its gargantuan door is kind of this imposing figure all in of itself to you. Delphod looks at you. Do you require rest before you speak with Jagar Hajad?
That would be best.
Yes. I would prefer that. Some food, too.
I would either like to be as strong as I possibly can be or as weak as I am right now. So it doesn't matter to me, honestly.
I go for strength.
I don't plan on fighting anything,
And-
so it doesn't matter.
Not that I'm looking for inside information on Mr. Hajad, but any likes, dislikes, like how would one talk to him to get the most optimal result? Noting here that the optimal result is we definitely need to talk to the Sultan. We have important information, and I have a gift for him.
Be respectful.
Easy. Easy
Well,
peasy.
Give him no reason for his anger to emerge.
Like, can you give me an example?
Of a reason.
Yeah. Like, is that I tied my shoes, loop, swoop, and pull rather than
Be
bunny ear?
respectful.
All right, that's easy. Done. Okay.
Be truthful.
Yeah. Simple. Like eyes moving all over the place when he says that.
And utter no blasphemy against the Sultan.
Respectful, no blasphemy. Got it.
He skipped truthful.
he did.
He looks at you, says, he kind of calls over in Ignean, and a fire elemental kind of emerges out of the lava pool that is in the corner of this space. And it kind of bows to him. It says, I will take the Ember Hearts. You follow the elemental to your room.
What's his name?
He will not respond to you. Follow him.
Well,
them-
he knows Ignean, so he would have actually heard it already.
It's
Bob.
Doesn't matter.
yeah. Yeah. So
Maybe I'm a little off.
Delphod takes the Ember Hearts and they go onto a massive black obsidian slab, which is kind of right in the center of the nexus. And with a low thud, it shakes and begins to move upward, and they disappear.
I hope we'll
Delphod
see them
and
again.
the
They were
Ember
kind of
Hearts.
our ticket.
Well, we did save them, so we've got to assume that counts for something.
Yeah.
The
Got
as
like a
you're having this
token from
conversation,
them.
the fire elemental turns and begins going down the long hall.
We follow.
You follow. You pass several doors, and finally it stops in front of one of them, and it essentially goes into the door, and the door alights with flame and recedes back into the wall. As you walk in, you see a rather plain room with bunks of various sizes and a table with meats and breads and vegetables prepared very in a kind of a raw form, well cooked, but it's not like it's dressed to look impressive in any way. But it's food and it's there, and you have the opportunity to eat, to recover, and to take a long rest.
Wow. It's been so long.
As
feels
he
like it's
starts,
been so long.
Cutting a tomato, and he looks around for some mayonnaise.
No mayonnaise,
Okay,
but they do have salt
perfect.
and pepper.
Do they have oil?
Oil, yes.
Perfect.
A little balsamic.
Sweet.
Freshly squeezed from some creature in the basement.
So, any conversation you wish to have amongst yourselves, please do so.
So it's important not to tell Jahar that we have the. Okay.
Point number one. Everything we say here is heard by everyone in this
That's
place.
right.
Correct.
That's important.
Assume no conversation is
Yes.
privileged in here.
Yeah.
I have message. If that works in these rooms,
We could
Can
try
you
it
just
right
send
here,
a
but-
message to the Sultan directly?
I'm trying to do a message to her right now. Does it go off?
No.
Okay. It didn't work. Did you hear what I said?
No, I was just thinking about macaroni and cheese.
That's what I said, though.
Oh, then it worked! Try again!
Okay. Did you get it?
17.
No,
Ah.
I liked white macaroni and cheese, not yellow.
Oh, I do too.
True.
All right,
Yeah.
but that's what I was saying. Okay, all right, that doesn't work.
Hot
Do you,
sauce?
do you like
With hot
bread,
sauce?
breadcrumbs? Breadcrumbs in
It
here?
depends.
Oh, yeah, I like
Sometimes I like a
breadcrumbs.
creamy mac. Sometimes I want the
What
big.
did you say?
Breadcrumbs.
Bird crumb. Okay.
Bread.
Yeah.
Bird
I'm
crumbs.
not gonna lie. I think they're
I would like bird
delicious
crumbs.
macaroni and cheese.
That's right. Yeah, you know, just I imagine here they bake things, so it's probably a baked mac. Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, one, I agree. Nothing we say here is privileged information. So
White
Hey,
mac and cheese is
Sultan,
the best.
we
Don't-
would like to talk to you.
yeah, That's true. So let's remember to be truthful, respectful.
And not blasphemous.
Oh yeah, yeah, but by no means.
So how are we gonna talk about when we can't mention it?
We don't.
But how are we gonna get an audience with the Sultan then?
We find another way.
So how are we gonna find the other way?
Probably by being truthful.
Do you have an idea, or are you just gonna kind of make it up?
Well,
when you get there?
there's a lot of things about you that
Me?
are not hidden, that are very important. That
Like what?
who you are and what your purpose is.
Oh, to stop the storm?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we have for us.
It's true.
Okay?
Pros and cons.
What we have for us is we have. How are we going to prove to the Sultan that we helped the Winter Court Queen? Because that's who sent us here, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
part
Titania.
of Titania. That's her name, or
Right.
Tatiana,
Tatiana?
whatever her name is.
Titania.
So that's part of our. Here's what we're offering
Right.
to you. This is
Titania
what we
sent
did.
us here.
And then we also have. Are the Amber Hearts with us, or did they go their
They
own
went
way?
their own
They were
way.
taken up.
But we
have
did-
that.
We
That's part of
saved
it.
them. Yep.
And we removed a
Shadow.
a
curse.
shadow thing, not just on them, but
That's true.
on the
With
other side of
her
the bridge.
magical arm.
we don't need to
Correct.
mention the unmentionables that we almost mentioned earlier,
her
just
magical
because it
arm.
was fun to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With the and also Tatiana seemed to think that the
I really
Sultan
want mac and cheese now. I'm not gonna lie.
really do.
I have not stopped thinking about mac and cheese.
that the Sultan is aware of the storm
Yeah.
and the storm is affecting his
Yeah.
rule. And
Yeah.
so
And we know it's also affecting the Fae, so likely it's affecting multiple planes of existence.
right. And so we probably have something else to stand on too, but we have those to stand on, and I don't think lying.
Oh, I have a gift for him.
Okay, we'll stand on the gift as well. I don't know what that gift is, but it
It's
sounded
my,
fun.
It's my fire creature in the lamp.
I do vaguely remember.
A genie,
your
an
elemental?
actual genie.
No, it's an elemental.
The elemental,
It's a fire
yeah.
element.
The one
I-
that almost killed us.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think his usefulness has been used up. There's a story around how we got him. I was thinking about the Sultan the entire
That's a
time.
great idea. Break the ice.
Yeah, it's a show.
Or
It's a show of good faith.
Break the
Yeah.
lava.
Increase
I
the heat
think
of the
it's
lava.
a pithy, like coming to a king with a
So
with
we
a copper.
Yeah, you can't come with nothing.
yes. So we have those things to stand on.
Yeah,
Anything else, he will see through. I think.
yeah. I
So
agree.
let's just present this to him and see
Unless
what
I roll
happens.
well.
Well, first we have to go through Jahar.
Right. He gets the same.
He gets the same.
The exact
Jihad.
same thing.
Yeah.
We tell him what we're gonna tell him. That's what they're telling us to do to Jihad, right?
Well, Tatiana
lie to him.
told us to tell
I have an
the
idea.
full
And
story
respect
to
him.
the
I have
Sultan.
an idea to
Right.
prove
That's-
the Tatiana thing.
Oh,
Titania.
Yeah. Baba.
Ah, yeah.
Earth to Baba. Are you there?
He doesn't respond to high elves.
Grand control.
I'm here, son. Yes.
is your dad a high elf now too?
Oh, Baba. Were you a high elf?
He apparates out of the ring.
He's a drow.
Do I look like a high elf?
I like a high drow.
Ooh. He
What
demands his
happened
ring
to
back.
you?
He demands his ring back.
I died quite a few times.
We killed him
What?
specifically.
But I had
I
some
took
weird,
no part in this.
I had some weird magic. You know
I did. I killed him like 3 times.
Yeah.
It was fun.
you know the bow I have?
I do.
Yeah. When sometimes I miss,
Hey, Dad, how are you?
So terribly.
magic happens. This magic infected me that if I died within a minute of that happening, my race changed.
You were reincarnated?
Yeah! 4 times.
He turned into a dwarf. That one was funny.
We both spit.
A human? That was the best
A
looking one.
human? Ugh. Right? Well,
Well,
Hey.
Umi was
Hey.
a human.
Umi.
Umi was human, yeah. A dwarf again.
Was it dwarf?
Yeah, it was a hill dwarf.
Oh, the worst of the worst. Yeah.
And then, basically on the last one, I came back as a high elf, and I was like, okay, at least I have elven accuracy again. And these cheekbones. Huh?
Precisely
They
what
are
happened.
quite defined.
I know. I can cut cheese with them. I do it to the one on the table.
It just gets
It's a
bludgeoned.
breeze.
It just gets bludgeoned.
It's a brie.
It was a salt cheese. So, Baba, if necessary, could we use you as like a witness on how Tatiana
Titania.
sent us on a wild goose chase to save our daughter, and she sent us here specifically because we helped take the Pale Prince, put them in. We started to set things in order in the Feywild.
Yeah,
and
hopefully we did.
I will help however I can.
we might need it because there's certain things we need to obfuscate.
Oh, speaking of which,
Gesundheit?
the
I
Sultan
point
can
to
probably
the ring
see
with my
everything
nose.
that's going on.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
I will help however I can.
Okay, Baba.
Is there any way to verify what the result of the Pale Prince being sent away did? Because we have
Perhaps
no
the
idea.
Sultan knows.
He may.
That would be also like a conversational question we should ask.
I think we have to have mind our P's and Q's,
Mm.
And ours.
and but I think we could have fun with it.
Well,
Like
we wouldn't be
give and take,
streaming if
a
it was
little
just
back and
here's
forth.
this.
And yeah,
But Ranger's not allowed to tell us anything to do. No way.
so thank you, Baba,
Yeah. He
for a lot of things. Thank you.
disappears.
But not for your DNA. 'Cause it's gone.
Any other conversations you wish to have amongst yourselves?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot in there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, like, you saw the big dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be that other one that they blotted out.
Oh, they said it was.
Well, but I mean, from the other end of the perspective.
That they and Scarlet blotted out.
Oh yeah, for sure. They said it was.
They didn't say that. They
Yeah,
said,
they said that they were from Van Scarlet.
but that doesn't mean that they and Scarlet blotted it out of
Like
there.
that
That's
it's the
true.
same one. Maybe it does. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty clear, but
We also don't know why.
we
Correct.
But
don't
we
know why.
do know that those Dragons
I wanted to
were
ask.
not good friends with this guy,
Correct.
or dragon, or guy,
Cor-
or whoever this Sultan guy is.
Unless it's like misplaced anger.
Maybe you should hide your tattoo.
That's a good idea.
I presume that he
They
can
already
smell
know.
it. As soon as
Yeah.
I walk in the room, he smells it.
The Sultan?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some sort
Oh.
of sulfur scent coming out of my back at all times.
No, it's lower.
Lower.
I don't have. I've been around a long time. I do not. Have you ever seen Coneheads?
Yeah.
I don't have a butt crack, so it's not coming out of there. You ever see me poop? Nope. And by me, I mean
Anthony.
me.
I can safely say I've never seen
See?
Steve.
Prove it.
But
All right.
all right.
Yeah.
Like, I guess
Let's get answers.
yeah, without giving up too much.
Is there anything you in particular want to ask? Anybody?
Well, we have to ask the Sultan to get us back to the confluence.
But
do.
first, we have to get
I
through
mean, the
Jagar. Jagar
desert.
Hashad.
You got
Storm.
it,
Yeah.
Mr. Hashad.
Yep.
So, step one, he's the gatekeeper. Maybe even literally.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to talk to her.
Right.
Right now.
Right.
That's not going to happen until tomorrow. She already fell asleep.
Mm.
However,
Oh,
what is crossing over that do not belong that you're trying to get rid of?
Anything. Elementals, fays, fiends,
What have they crossed?
into our planes. I'm not in my plane right now,
You
obviously.
want the 9 hells to remain in the 9 hells.
That's right.
Or the 11, depending on where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's not a lot of fun, though. That's pretty boring.
Is it?
Some
Yeah,
of them
makes
are
a lot
What
of
are you?
peace.
What are you trying to keep out of?
maybe he's not trying to keep out. He's trying to let in.
No, he's not.
Oh, I'm trying to remove the
Void and
the
mythos.
void, the nothing.
Oh, that's not very fun.
It's not.
All right,
No.
we're on the same team then.
Good. Okay. As long as we've confirmed this.
So, Cacophony finds a perch on one of the bunks after filling her belly. Celine lays in a bed, pulls the sheets up tight as she is
Never wakes up again.
thinking through
What's happened?
just what's going on and being referred to multiple times as the daughter of Azazel.
Yes.
this is a disquieting thing to her. She doesn't like it.
Or does she?
Speaking of which, can we do a history check on what the Burning One or the sect of the Burning One is?
Sure. I mean, you wouldn't know. You've not been. Hasheen and Antony can.
What would we
History?
roll?
History.
Yeah, like
Hasheen, you do so with advantage.
Oh,
28.
24.
Okay. You both are aware that the cult of the Burning One is a order within the city of Brass that worships the Sultan as God.
Oh, okay.
Friend of. Oh yeah, she was a friend of the Sultan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, that's not that weird.
but the
I mean-
Azazel's
The
daughter
Azazel,
part
the
is-
Azazel part is weird.
yeah.
Did she say that the one she saved called him Aziel?
That's right.
So
Bet
the
that.
good one called somebody Aziel, and this guy's calling him Azazel.
No, Iron Throne called him Aziel.
Okay.
It wasn't Bethel that called him that.
That's
It was
correct.
the Iron Throne.
All right, so the little ones called him that.
The ones who knew him long ago.
Right.
One who sent to spy on me, but I didn't get to ask that.
That,
And my ancestors in charge of it.
Are we revealing things right now? We're talking too fast. I can't tell.
No,
so
no. Killian before he disappeared said he was working for the Iron Throne, and we found out when we went to Sigil that Saul Amon was in charge of the Iron Throne.
Cool.
After one a goblin, two a goblin saved us. I
Right.
don't remember his name.
I just don't know if the Iron Throne is something that the
That guy.
Sultan.
Saul Anam, yep.
I don't know if the Sultan would like to tap into the Iron Throne, which I'm sure he would.
I'm sure
So
everybody
let's keep
will.
that. We have no connections to the Iron Throne. What are you talking about?
No.
Not really.
As much as
Never.
anyone else does.
Yeah.
All right.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Speaking of which, eat some bacon.
You take your long rest. You are refreshed.
Oh, baby. Feels good.
After a time,
How many exhaustions are removed when you long rest in your campaign? I only have one.
one is removed.
Nice.
Which
That's all. Most of us. I
And
think.
I'm back to my normal
I didn't even
hit
realize
points.
I had one still.
And you are back to your normal hit points.
Oh yeah, even the increased one goes away, right?
Yep.
Cover one level.
How do I fix
So everyone should be back to normal. Although I think that Cacophony may have had two
She
exhaustions.
had 2 levels.
She's down to 1.
So she would be down to 1 level of exhaustion.
That's a tough.
So she still has disadvantage on ability checks, which is no fun.
No.
After
How long does it take for her to have a long rest?
8 hours.
The full 8? Okay.
Yeah. So after about 10 hours of time passes, the door opens once more, and Delphod is standing there. I trust all of you are refreshed. Jagar Hajad awaits you.
Thank you.
He turns and just over his shoulder says, "Follow," and continues back down the long hallway to the Nexus.
Is Dolph coming with us or no?
There we go.
Dolph, the
No.
Ember Hearts are not there. It is just Delphod.
They went up on that.
Yeah, I didn't know if they
Elevator.
were coming back with
Oh,
us
no,
though.
dude. They're
They
gone.
have security clearance. We do not.
Yeah.
We saved them for no help to us.
Well, no, I mean, again, you got to assume that they went to bat for us.
Let's hope.
You return to the obsidian slab and step on yourselves. With a low thud, you begin moving upward.
I hate these things. Last time I was on it, I went into the arena or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
That was a cool
Ugh.
fight to watch from the outside.
this. Yeah.
Not a
by the
cool
way.
fight to
What?
fight.
Yeah, and then the whole thing fell, plummeted to the ground
That was frightening.
Yeah, it was.
as we're going up.
Yep, you're having this conversation, and you do rise past several floors, all with closed doors on multiple sides of you. You eventually emerge up to an opening. Doors slide open, and you emerge up through a set of
Oh, cool.
black.
Penthouse.
Yep, black marble doors. you immediately see a vast hall that you are in with windows that are all around. The walls beneath the windows are up pretty high, like so that a giant would be able to see out, right? They're not necessarily wall-to-ceiling windows. Beneath the windows, the walls are adorned in intricate bas-reliefs depicting Ifriti conquests, and that also are strewn with various war trophies of skulls of many different types of creatures or relics of past victories. You quickly discern that this chamber serves as the Long Castle's war room. Maps.
Right?
Okay.
Oh, you reset it.
Wait, we're back.
We're live.
Bum-ba-dum.
Did you do something?
We're gonna have to combine 2 videos again. We're back. Sorry, Ro.
Nobody's there anymore.
If I was a teenager in a house at night on a Tuesday night, and for 4 hours out of that night I wasn't allowed to use the internet, I would not be happy each week.
Is that what happened?
Depends what you're playing. You should be playing better stuff than Roblox.
Or Fortnite, yeah.
Is that what Connor plays? Is Roblox?
I don't think they were playing that. Okay.
Same as playing with Lego, I guess.
I don't know where we lost things.
As we got into the 3 minutes, up the elevator
Yep.
into the main room. Once we saw the ones you were describing, the firewalls, I think is when we went dead.
The firewalls?
The walls in this
Firewalls,
big room.
literal firewalls.
Out the window.
Outside when
Oh,
we
okay.
could see through the porticos at our
Okay,
size.
so you see the Fridi have magically covered the entire Long Castle in a barrier of arcane fire, much like Delpha did downstairs in the basement level. And you approach a very ornate-looking doorway that is at the end of this oblong, almost observation deck, observation post. And Delphod motions for you to wait as he goes through the door, closes it, and then you are there, and you have the opportunity to have any conversation, make any final preparations, or observe anything in this space that you wish.
Did we see the material plane on the maps of the planes?
Yes, the material planes are on the... You see multiple material planes. Roll a perception as to what you see.
I wonder if they've updated.
I think it's 22.
We feel very tiny in this room.
I
23.
think that's the point.
23. You see worlds with various names. One says Toril, of which landmass you most clearly recognize. One says Eberron. One says Greyhawk. One says Exandria. One says various different names that are there, and it is also attempted maps of certain planes.
Mm-hmm.
So you see reference to Avernus and other layers of Baator, which are the 9 hells. You see also references to layers of hell, which are they their own layer? Are they a pocket layer? Are there more than 9 layers? It's unclear.
Mm-hmm.
There is, as you continue on, a map of something referred to as the World Tree, which it's not a map of the tree so much as various planes in which there are these nexus points that appear.
I've seen that one before.
There is reference to the Feywild and the different seasons in the courts. There is reference to the elemental planes in great detail in how they all operate in their spheres of influence and the overlap and the balance that is between them. You see almost like a device that projects a mystical kind of 3D image of what looks to be the astral plane. And it is, think like a view of the universe, right? It's at a massive, massive, massive zoomed out scale. And within the astral, it's kind of like just pinpoints of various planes mentioned and how they're all kind of in this soup of the astral that are connected but disconnected. Acheron and the Abyss and Celestia and various planes like this are all mentioned and pinpointed, but that's the extent of what you're able to take in upon a kind of a quick glance. Your eyes wide at all of the detail in information in this space.
He would look at Toril again and see if there's anything depicted on the Anorok Desert.
There is on these maps, as you now look, because you glanced quickly and just saw names, you look and you now see there are a sort of real-time aspect to them. Not like literally depicting the image of the world, but there are flags not unlike you saw on the City of Brass map. And on the Toril map, on the Anorok Desert, you don't see flags. You see a massive circle. Not unlike something like this, which is not only covering the Anorok Desert, but has stretched as far west as the city of Neverwinter.
Oh my.
And has stretched as far south as the outskirts of Waterdeep.
Oh my.
And as stretches to far east as about halfway over the Sea of Fallen Stars.
So it's
And so of Toril, it takes up probably about a quarter of the largest continent on Toril, of which the Sword Coast is nearly entirely engulfed. Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate are still outside of the circumference of the storm, but everything else has been overtaken.
I failed.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
There's
But
still
it's not over yet.
there's still a lot more of the world, though.
and we still have a chance to go back and do what we can. And we're much stronger than you were before.
We still can stop it.
Oh yes, we must.
Wasn't ever supposed to get this big though.
It's
I was
gotten
supposed
bigger.
to stop it.
It's gotten bigger before. What are you
But all
giggling
those
at?
people.
You.
Yeah, there's no easy way to say it, Ray.
We failed.
It's not over yet, but it's bleak.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll have to try to remember to save the people we still can.
Yeah. It really puts things into perspective.
How long were we gone for?
I don't know.
Wasn't it only like a month or two? How did it get this big?
The phase. Weird.
Oh, do we know how old the Sultan is?
The Sultan, from what you gather, has always been the leader of the City of Brass, and the City of Brass is purportedly the oldest city in creation.
Are there any windows or maps or whatever of places that seem to have used to have things on it and now no longer do?
There are material planes which are rather barren of flag markers, and there are planes of existence which are not teeming with life or are full of malevolent creatures. In particular, you see some different pocket dimensions referenced in the astral plane, or you see references to dead gods or dead primordials, which are just adrift in the astral sea. You do see... Roll a perception check.
Come on, baby. 20.
20?
No, 19. Sorry.
19. On the edge of the 3D projection of the astral plane, you see reference to what is simply referred to as the realm of shadow on one side.
Okay.
And then on the other side, you see reference to the realm of madness. And they surround the astral sea, and they meet kind of on either side. But they are the outermost aspect of what creation kind of is depicted on this arcane display of the astral sea.
Shadow and madness. Are they evenly enveloping the astral right now?
More or less.
Okay.
Now, you also know that this is meant to be a depiction with a kind of a 3D element to it.
This room's awesome.
But you quickly associate those realms with void and mythos, based off of your knowledge and experience.
Well, keep going?
Yeah.
Where's your home?
Here.
Covered in the storm.
I mean,
That's where I'm from too. Originally.
I'm not in the Anorak Desert.
Huh?
I wasn't in the Anorak Desert.
Oh. That's where I'm from. It's definitely gone.
Yeah.
How does one... Says nothing.
My home was beautiful.
I would like to talk to Arkanku about
Hopefully
what
my
she was
parents
called,
survived.
but she's not here.
Oh,
What?
no, Ray.
What do you
She-
mean?
She who walks through shadow. If I associate the shadow with the void, that's very important. That name that he gave her was very important to me.
That's true.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to her next when she's here.
Very good.
See if she thinks of anything.
So, it's about this time that the door opens again, and Delphod...
Who's talking? You? You. Yeah.
I have
Charisma.
the best
You.
odds.
He's very
Try to lose the
persuasive.
accent while you're talking as much as you can.
Done.
We don't want any confusion.
Got this. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right. I'm gonna match his energy.
Delphod motions you,
Who are you? You're charisma, right?
steps aside, and kind of doesn't even look at Jagar Hajad or in his direction. Bows,
Oh, okay.
Do the
and
same.
Following his lead.
as you are walking in, kind of bowing. So, well, I'll describe him in a moment.
We won't see him though.
But you see Delphod bowing, not looking to his left where this massive figure is, as you walk past, and he gestures you past, and he says, "Master, I present to you my helpers
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
on the bridge, those spoken of to you by the Ember Hearts. I leave them in your care, Master." He closes the door, and you don't see him. Your eyes quickly take in the imposing figure that stands with its hands clasped behind its back to you.
Oh,
Ah. Oh, great. Classic bad guy.
that is looking out and observing the chaos
uses
that is
cat.
going on. There are now floor-to-ceiling windows that are looking out over the city of Brass. And now you realize at this view that the tower you're in is rotating.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it's like the
And so,
Space Needle.
yes, so you're actually able to get a 360-degree view of everything that is going on. The massive figure stands roughly 20 feet tall in its kind of hunched over form. And a quick glance tells you that it is both majestic and horrifying. The red body of this fiend is clad in blackened scales, and he wears onyx armor, seemingly forged in the fires of the Nine Hells. 2 massive swords rest sheathed at his side. Bat-like wings stretch from his back, giving him an almost gargoyle-like appearance, though they wrap around his figure, and as they do so, they resemble crimson banners of war, with tattoos and sigils marking his rank and station in both the city of Brass as well as the Nine Hells. As you approach, he slowly turns to you and deliberately looks each of you over with an emerging grin. His slitted reptilian-like orange eyes burn with both a rage and a keen intelligence as he takes you in. His mouth opens as he grins, and his fangs drip with hissing yellow venom. And his sinewy, prehensile tail cracks like a whip, calling you to attention as he opens his mouth to speak, as he moves to a chair and sits on the ottoman in front of the chair and kind of bends over a lush little garden that he begins tending to as he looks at all of you. He picks up some clippers, and he just almost like a bonsai tree. He begins to very delicately prune as he is talking to you, but no longer looking at you directly.
Cute.
As he opens his mouth, he begins. Well, my thanks for preserving the Ember Hearts. The shadows swept through before we could get them out. Delphad sought to keep them at bay, but it was only a matter of time before he was gonna have to kill them until you saved him. Well done.
And he's turned around now, right? He's
Yes.
not
Sitting
talking
on
like
the
over his
ottoman.
shoulder.
Correct. He's turned around, and he's kind of, right now his head's down as he's pruning. Celine immediately notices that he is pruning a entire garden of fire lotus petals.
Never mind. X the gift! X the gift!
I can grow those. Nothing more. Okay.
Wow. Now, size reference. Is this him and this is us? Or is this us?
Yeah.
Or is this us?
I would
Something
say
smaller.
the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You stack us all on each other's shoulders. We're eye to eye.
Yeah.
1-to-1, baby.
What's the pattern of his garden? Usually with bonsai, people trim them into designs.
So this, because
My
it all,
rangerness is coming out here.
these all seem to be fire lotuses. It is, but fire lotuses are a very delicate plant, and each one grows in a bit of a unique way. they're just, each one is kind of flourishing. And so he is just tending to them to allow them to grow unfettered and to flourish.
Okay. What does his cutting technique look like?
It's delicate as he
Is
goes.
that at a 45-degree angle? I'm looking for ice break here, so I'm being serious with that.
I mean, he looks to be expert in his tending to these plants.
Perfect.
And as he prunes, he kind of, between the claws on his fingers, he picks up one of the fire petals, and he looks over at Celine as he just puts it in his mouth and eats it.
Yummy.
Did she start salivating?
Now,
No, she starts scratching her neck.
what
Yeah.
I got some errands to run.
what are you here for? You came knocking at my door for a reason, I presume. Let's hear it. As he kind of smiles and waits to see who's going to address him.
Sir, with all due respect, how would you like to be spoken to? What name would you like me to use?
What are
Title?
your pronouns?
No. Do you have a title? Do you want me to use a title? Do you want me to use your name? I don't want to be disrespectful.
You may refer to me as Master or General.
Okay.
General Master?
You didn't say that. Okay, General. We came here from the Feywild with great haste on behest from Titania to speak with the Sultan.
Why?
We sorted the problem for her, one that I think is endemic of many a plane of existence. And she wanted us to report that to the Sultan.
Well, report it.
Apparently there's a storm on Toro? Toro? Is that where we're trying to... On Toro. And that's bad. But that storm is throwing other planes of existence into chaos, much like the Fae. What have you heard, General, of what's going on in the Fae?
Well, I understand there's a bit of a fight between the courts, and Winter is getting all aggressive with the rest of them.
That is correct, and they were starting to overtake. The Pale Prince had returned, if you are familiar with him, General.
I am.
So, we, and help me if I'm forgetting anything here, but we were tasked to either kill or bind him from Titania,
As well as rescuing Zabilna.
as well as rescuing Zabilna.
Did you find Zabilna?
Not her body. Not her soul, but her body.
I think other way around.
Half of her.
Half of her.
I think we found her soul.
Interesting.
And we fought legions of the Void. The Living Void, I believe, with that. And that is where I started to suspect that what you're dealing with here, what's going on in Toril, what's happening in the Fae, they are all presenting themselves as different problems, but I believe the root cause is one and the same.
How did you defeat the living void?
Painfully.
That man there
Oh.
helped
Oh.
quite a bit. I died twice in the fight.
So you're Strong enough to be resurrected then. That's good. And you're strong enough to deal with the void.
Well, I didn't do it with my arms. I did it with my brain. General, there was a book it was using to try and reach to a plane it didn't belong, and we destroyed that book. It was a revised book of Ibon. Exactly. I feel the same way. We're on the same
Of the
page.
demon hordes.
You'll be happy to know we destroyed 2 of those books.
We have.
That's good. I am no friend to the hordes.
Nor us.
And because of that, I believe it weakened its connection to its source, and thusly we were able to remove its chances of escaping where it wanted to go, and which means the will of that piece of void stopped willing. That's what happened.
The
General.
living void is now dead.
Well, that's good.
That brought us back to the Fae, to the Court of Stars, where we spoke with Titania.
Yes.
We presented
Perfect.
we presented that news, and she was like, "Hey, that's great. Got this problem over here. If you could do that, can you do this?" And we did. And that's when she said she gave us a portal back to Brass, which, much to our surprise, it looked a lot different than the last time we were here. Overtaken by those hordes, as we say. But again, our mission from Titania was to explain this to the Sultan. And here we are.
Yes,
And also we sent tutorial.
that's right.
Oh, correct. He has the access to send us beyond, like, into the storm, but maybe into the eye of it, so we don't die immediately, to try to stop the storm.
How do you know that the Anarok Desert is the eye of the cosmic storm?
Her.
Oh, yeah. Her. You know that. You're on the mission from God.
This is what Titania told us and how to stop it, so the information would come from her.
Titania's a peon.
I also know.
And what,
And we
what did
also-
the Nam task
What-
you to do?
A nom.
To stop the storm.
Correct.
What's he up to?
I don't know. I guess helping stopping the storm.
We were in.
I'm not a purple skinned. I don't have much contact with Anam, but I was tasked to stop the storm. So here I am, and we ran into future tellers, and they told us that we had to help Titania, and then we'll get sent here, and we're to help you guys, and then the Sultan's gonna help us get back to the storm. And so
Now,
they were very lovely ladies. They gave us a picnic
now,
and fed
now.
us.
Mhm.
I can help you be purple.
What did you say?
I appreciate the offer, but no thank you.
So
You don't even know what I was gonna say.
With all due respect, I like to follow the way of my father. And so I'm following as closely as I can in his footsteps.
Who is your father?
Judah of the House of Yawin.
And what's his way?
His way is, well, he fought a lot of battles for Anam, and he became very high in the Council of Storm Giants.
Storm giants.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I gotta
Can-
say it. I like Jagar, John.
Can he make you purple?
He's pretty cool.
No. But Anam could if he really wanted to.
So can I.
But that wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be from Anam. But thank you for the offer.
So, her and I were in Toriel when the storm started. That's how we know it began in the Anorak Desert.
Oh, I know for sure it began in the Anorak Desert.
Wait,
Absolutely.
That
That's
kind
so-
of got to the question that
That was his.
yeah.
His question.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, how do I know it's still in the Anorak Desert?
No, that's not.
Who's behind it starting?
Oh
M-
gosh, the stupid cloud giants.
M, Q, D, and S, I think, were the letter. I think those were the four, or maybe F instead of S.
What?
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Years ago,
yeah, I
he
don't
gave
know
us
this.
letters of
Yeah,
the things
I
that
don't
were.
know this.
It's the cloud giants.
But one was Q, one was M.
Also-
They're trying to change the
Koza-
ordning.
Koza's
Cloud
ire.
They're
giants.
using
are-
Kozar's
They're
ire,
using
which
Koza's
is
ire.
Koza.
yes, which is a weapon.
Oh, we know.
Of antiquity.
I believe the
am familiar
Nazarenes.
with Talos.
Yeah, the Netherine.
The Rees.
Netherese.
Netherese.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
and also I think Tiamat has something to do with, or dragons.
Let's just slow down there.
Okay,
Not- maybe we don't know.
I don't fully know though.
That
I don't
one
know where
we,
that
we can
connects.
neither confirm nor deny that part.
I don't know where that
I
connects.
don't want conjecture.
Right. We can.
I know for sure the stupid cloud giants are behind them.
A that.
Cloud giants are weak.
Everyone hates them, right? Like, why do they even exist?
But Koza's ire isn't.
Only slightly weaker than storm giants.
Don't let the fine general get in your head there.
If you rage now and don't attack anything, it'll only last 6 seconds. So go ahead.
I would appreciate you not say those things about my family,
General,
Great
sir.
general.
sir.
As I do come from one of the highest houses of the storm giants.
Well, your father gave you his pride, I see.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So, general, how do we get an audience with the Sultan?
I want to know how that bone hand works.
Mm.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think any of us know.
Not quite sure either.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to ask the Raven Queen for that one.
Yeah.
And that's not a joke.
The Raven Queen, huh? Well, old porcelain knows herself.
Beak, I think, actually.
Oh, and
You just corrected him.
since you know who that is, you know her sister.
Oh, she plays into this.
She's a very big part of this.
Yes.
And she has been in your plane, affecting here, because we met her in a cave.
Yep.
Had real bad issues with her.
I
And
died there, too.
We expelled her. One of our party members, who I was inside of. Well, anyway,
Non-sexual.
he sacrificed his
That's
life.
not
Although no one
very
here,
fun.
remembers it, he sacrificed his life to save the party, and
Again.
thus expelling Shar from this realm, at least
Shar,
locally.
We have
the
reason to...
sister of Maestra. No, Salune.
We
I was
have,
gonna say, wait, is this new
Yeah,
information?
Yeah, that was new. We have reason to believe that she might be partnering with this void. Is the void?
She's empowering the demonic shadow.
Her
That's what you call it, yes.
And L'Oreal.
Yeah, L'Oreal, I think, is some sort of demon
She's a minor avatar, I think.
of
But yeah.
something else.
Not minor. She killed my whole party.
Well,
Right.
your old party was weak.
Right.
That wasn't very nice of you.
Who, pray tell, is L'Oreal?
Probably a demon.
Mm.
Yeah. Amen.
L'Oreal is most
L'Oreal.
L'Oreal is most assuredly a one who inhabits others,
Mm.
and that's how she interacts mostly with the worlds. So whatever demon type or shadow type that is, she does that. She's taken over
possessing
someone
one of
we
my
know.
friend.
Yes, that's the word, possession. Thank you.
Do you have the means to stop this war?
We believe so,
I think so.
with the help of the
That-
Raven Queen.
Will get you what you want.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
So we have to prove that we have that thing that will help
If
us.
you can stop this, and he gestures out the window, then the Sultan will see you. I can guarantee that.
Well, we have to solve the
Is-
city of brass
Mm-hmm.
Is there a
first.
place of power where we could affect the whole city at once?
Like
Keep my
something
mouth
that
closed 'cause I'm
magnifies.
Like where we don't have to go around and individually fight every single thing, but just like one big wave of zoom.
Is
Is
that
there-
how that hand works?
It could.
We don't.
Honestly,
Is there
the connection with her and the Raven Queen is strong. If that's how the Raven Queen wills
Why?
it. Her? Look at her.
I see that she's a Kenku.
I'm gonna start speaking. You don't want me to speak? I'll just tell him everything.
Yeah, don't. That wasn't said out loud.
Because I will. Keep telling me to be quiet.
She has been chosen.
There is a place of power.
Ooh.
It's referred to as the Celestial Gate.
Oh, we've heard of that.
We have, yeah.
We think the leader of this assault has made its command post there.
Oh, that stinks.
It also makes sense.
It's a
because
peak high above the city amidst the firestorm,
Great.
That's tough.
which formerly connected us to Mount Celestia. He-
Right. That's where they were trying to get to.
That's what the living void was trying to corrupt.
That's true.
Yeah.
From a different
We
plane
stopped that.
or a different direction.
Yep.
Hmm. The gate was shut
Smart.
and abandoned
Not-
as the
not smart.
shadow scourge spread. But they've been seeking to reopen it.
Right. Oh, boy.
In order
Deja
to
vu.
do so, they have to reactivate both the Oracle of Mephistopheles.
Ooh, say that 10 times fast.
For the first time, he bows in reverence.
Oh, I thought he was bowing in. That's me.
At the
Okay,
name
okay.
of Mephistopheles.
Mr. Thoughtfullies.
And the Beacon of Light.
Well,
Oh, one sounds very cheery.
No name involved in the Beacon of Light? General?
It's the Beacon of Palor or Lathander, depending on what name he
that's
goes
in-
Okay,
by.
all
That's
right.
here, actually? That's interesting.
It's in the Bright Temple.
Why would that be here?
It's safe here, usually.
Fair enough.
He'll probably pick a new location after this mess.
They have to reactivate both. So stopping
one or the other
one
Gotcha.
assures the Celestial Gate
stays closed.
is closed and can be assaulted. You won't be able to just fly there because you can't get through the firestorm.
Hence why we need the Sultan's help.
Well, there are connections from both the Oracle of Mephistopheles and the Bright Temple.
Which one's the fastest connection?
Or the easiest.
Pick one. I can send you to either one.
Who is Methus, the Oracle?
Mephistopheles?
It's the Oracle
Bless you.
of...
Oh, so it's an actual person.
It's,
Or something.
Hold on. What layer is Mephistopheles working in these days?
he's usually an 8.
What?
Under
Hell, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Asmodeus,
what's the
and
latest?
now he
The
puts
right
both
hand of
hands out,
Asmodeus.
Okay.
and he
Asmodeus.
bows even lower,
Uh-huh.
as he says Asmodeus.
Okay. Is this oracle important to Mephistopheles?
Oh yeah.
And is the oracle important to Palor? Or the pillar important to Palor?
Of course.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather go the celestial route than the.
Is there a
Oh,
person
right.
involved in a particular person involved in the Palor path, or is only the person in the Mephistopheles?
The
path?
oracle was peopled by my brethren.
Oh. Oh.
The Bright Temple was peopled by those winged folk
Mhm.
who we coexist with here for purposes of détente.
I feel like this is one of those choices where Adam had the healing one or the demon one, and he picked the demon. I feel like we're about to do the same.
It worked out well for him, though.
It did.
Okay, so in one path, there are devils, correct?
I prefer to call us by our purpose. The protectors of everyone.
What do you know about the Blood War?
A blood war?
Yeah.
Do I know anything about a blood war?
Not really.
I was really bad at history. I wanted to just smash things, and my mom was just like,
So, let's say Asmodeus and Mephistopheles are in charge of keeping the demon hordes from
At
everybody
bay.
else.
So they play an important role that even the angels can probably appreciate.
You're damn straight.
So here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
He believes in law and order. Is that correct, Master?
Yeah, I wouldn't use that
Well
one.
said.
The things that we're all fighting against here believe in utter chaos and annihilation, nothingness, void.
Mm-hmm.
Madness.
The enemy of our enemy.
Is our friend?
True, but
You're not our enemy, sir.
No, it's a turn of phrase.
Expression.
You better hope not. As he smiles
I mean, if that's where
and
you
kind
want to
of
go,
licks
but
his
not-
fangs.
Want to. It's
over angels.
the most direct impact. So the devils and the demons have the most conflict in this war,
Mm-hmm.
even more so than the angels. So we're kind of taking the roundabout route over here versus a more
Don't act.
strategical, that's not the word, direct route over here.
Okay, if that's where you feel.
I'm just
I was just thinking we have a.
mm-hmm.
She
don't know if
doesn't.
she
She
wanna
does
go
not
that
serve
way.
Palor at all.
Yeah, she doesn't worship Palor.
Although the one in your hammer does.
No,
Sola doesn't serve
I-
Palor.
She was Salune.
Salune.
Saluna and someone else, but it wasn't Palor. I
Screw
think.
Palor.
Yeah, I
No, I thought just your Warforged was Palor.
I thought that he was Tyr.
Well, I would think that Anthony would think that Palor was probably very important in whatever path got chosen for him, but I am agreeing with you in this case.
I'm just the most direct impact with the most people actually on our side is actually the Oracle. As weird
Okay.
as that sounds.
I mean, you feel very determined in this, so I will take it. You
Then-
seem like this. You have this
Yeah.
not initiative,
We usually
intuition
choose
in
the
your
path
gut,
that
and let's
involves
follow
devils.
it.
I mean, why not? The path that has devils is always the best one.
So Adam found out.
Thematically, it's probably more fun. So
Well, if you can clear out the Oracle, I can tell you that Mephistopheles will be greatly pleased.
Will the Sultan have more favor if we clear out the Oracle? Not
Oh,
clear him out, but like.
The Sultan is a friend of both of my masters.
yes.
So yes. Okay.
This is we want to play the strongest hand that's dealt,
Okay.
and it's this one.
I serve the Sultan at the bidding of my masters.
Anything we should know about before we walk into this?
Yeah.
Like,
Are they like taken over by Shadow or something?
or traps
are.
within
Great.
that we should be able to avoid? Is there
Both
like a
of
secret
them,
code word?
both of them, you'll likely encounter enshadowed denizens that formerly peopled those places.
So I have magic that helps us more in the Palor path, but I think you're correct.
Oh,
in
is it dark? Will
thinking
it be able to
This
see?
will be to our most advantage to choose that path, the Oracle.
What do you mean? Oh, like is it actually night?
like physically,
dark?
physically. Like, are we in a cave? Like, will I be able to?
Yeah, it's a good question. Is it the cave? Is it an open space?
The Oracle is
Up in the mountain somewhere.
building of stone and fire.
Okay.
The Bright Temple is typical of those celestial.
It's a building of stone and light.
It's bright and shiny and cheery.
Right? You know?
Oh, they have their uses, as he smiles at Celine. Oh, by the way, as he looks at Celine, Bell is who you're after. You're welcome.
Bell Z Bub.
Oh, no, just Bell.
Like 2 L's or 1?
One, the former leader, archdevil of Avernus,
Wait a second.
before Zariel took his place.
Whoa.
So what are we trying to stop with the Oracle?
We're trying
What's
to.
the exact process that we need to look
we
for?
have to free the captives
Yeah.
and probably cleanse something.
Well, that's what I'm trying to ask.
Well, I mean,
like,
yeah.
what is the exact thing we're stopping? So we know what to look
They're
for.
seeking to corrupt the Oracle, to learn its secrets and
Okay.
gain entrance into Bator through the Celestial Gate.
Right.
Alternatively, through the Bright Temple, they're seeking to control the Beacon of Light and turn the confluence to unending night, like the Nightfall Concordance used to do. But they were able to fix it to shining daylight out there to keep them at bay. Both can be reversed or overcome with enough time.
Okay, so it seemed like when I was in Toriel last, Paylor was assisting with the trying to get rid of the storm. I did not realize or know of any assistance Asmodeus was giving. In fact, I think we may have assumed that Asmodeus was helping build the storm.
Apparently, we assumed wrong.
That's
You
what
said
I'm
it
thinking.
was Talos's power. Koza's ire. It's a motive storm creation.
I think I knew that.
That's your people.
Talos is the evil, as the shiny ones would say,
I like that.
god of storms.
I mean, it was like a god.
You storm giant folk, if you're all goody two-shoes, don't like him much.
No, we do not. He corrupts the storm. He takes what was good and beautiful and brings life to this world. He makes it evil.
I agree with you.
So,
That's Koza. That's Talos, one and the same.
Okay.
my point is, I do know that Paylor is working against the storm.
Mhm.
I do not know if the result of assisting Mephistopheles is going to help us in the future, but helping Paylor might help us in the future. It doesn't help Brass as much, I don't think. Now, can I convince you that going to the storm first and solving the storm issue is going to solve this problem? Or is there no chance? We have to help you first.
If you want to get to the storm, that's the Sultan's permission to give.
Understood.
And I would expect he'd use the Celestial Gate to do that.
Okay, can we take a huddle?
Good
minute?
idea.
You've presented 2 very viable options. We want to help. We're
What if-
here to help.
What if we split the party and do both?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Good?
No.
Not recommended.
Could we take a
All
quick huddle break?
Sure.
Okay.
We sort of should ask these two as well, but I guess it doesn't matter too much.
All
So I think you're right on that regard, but we also have to think about what's going to give us the best advantage with the Sultan.
I mean, saving a city is a pretty good advantage.
Saving his city, the oldest city in the known creation that he's lorded over forever. He's probably pretty attached to this place. Like I hear what you're saying, and if you're illumination and light, those go hand in hand. Like one probably helps us more for where we're going, One probably helps us get to a better spot for where we're going.
My gut feeling is helping Mephistopheles is Oracle. So I agree with you
Her
on that.
hand might be more powerful with Mephistopheles.
No.
You got that one right. So I do think you bring up a very valuable point that he's still the devil.
But maybe with an oracle, maybe he'll give us insight of how to best stop everything.
You have to watch the information you get from an oracle.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to be turned purple-skinned.
I'd like to pop my head.
Power not to be,
I'd like to pop my head out of the huddle
but it's not the right way.
and say, "Excuse me, sir, General. Would you allow me to cast a spell to speak with the divine?
Right
To
here and now.
I mean, it could help us make this decision.
Which of my colleagues would you like to speak with?
Well, I would probably call Paylor directly,
Hmm.
just to let Paylor know that we're choosing this path, not in negligence of him, but because this is what we're thinking, and maybe he can direct us otherwise.
I'd like to watch and see how his haughtiness responds.
Well, I would like to call him, but I would kind of like to
Haughtiness
call him
or
and hand the phone
haughtiness?
over to someone who serves a
To
light
you.
guy.
Okay. Haughty.
I don't deal with gods very well often, but
Proceed.
do you think that's a good idea?
I-
For favor, or
I think
just gonna waste time with role playing? I don't know.
Both?
I think both. So, there's no way that like Mephistopheles wants all this, right? All the bad stuff.
The storm.
I would never presume on my master's intentions or motivations, but I can tell you that no protector would ever want to do anything that would be other than destroying the demons.
Okay, so now I'm firmly in your camp. One is definitely against the storm, but the other's not actively helping. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Well, we don't know that they're not actively helping.
I mean, he just kind of.
He has a job to do, and he's doing it,
and that's
and it
it.
has to keep happening.
Correct.
So, I
There's
mean,
nothing beyond that.
we have two people with their intuition saying the oracle, so let's do that.
Do you want to try your thing, or do you want to just go for it and save a spell?
I think that I would like to ask the religious people to maybe say a prayer, and maybe one of their prayers can just reach Paylor's ears for the
I
rest.
don't
For the
know.
rest.
Really
Excuse me,
well.
Raven Queen.
No, but Salune might,
Salune might.
and
Raven Queen might. Who knows?
Ilmater.
Ilmater might if
Who's
he's
Salune?
allowed to communicate
Oh, you're
outside of his
Salune?
chains.
Salune Severus.
All right. Yeah. So I don't want to divine because there's specific magics that essentially give me like an answer or something, but the prayers would actually reach their ears.
I mean, I have that clairvoyance where we pick a route and then the DM says yay or
I
nay.
thought that was a waste of time. Then.
It is. It's the most pointless spell.
Well,
No, no.
divination
Calm
would be a little.
emotions
It would be
is.
different.
Because ready?
But
Go this way. Yay. Go this way.
Yay!
There you go. There's the answer.
Well, in practicality, we have a binary, and it doesn't matter which we choose.
Exactly.
So, thematically, what do we want to choose?
I mean, you really want the oracle, so I'm fine with it.
I'm looking for favor with. Hashin's motivations is more favor with the guy who can get us to where we need to go.
I'm fine with it.
But I think Steve brings up a valid point of
Paylor.
helping Paylor might help the back end of where we got to go.
I think Celine, being an angel, would probably pick Paylor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ray
let's-
would lean toward Paylor as
Okay,
well.
so Paylor.
She would pick Shadow because I don't know if her
I
get extra
I start ritually
powers
casting divination while they're
in the
continue talking.
shadows.
Right now, this is out of game.
Okay, I
So-
think her
okay.
sure her moat
I
might
would
be more
hope this
powerful.
would be.
Yes, I'll allow you guys to be above the table right now.
So
So she's
opposed to
probably Oracle, Paylor.
I'm saying I'm going with the short-term gratification of the task at hand is how I'm having Hashin view this. So that's why I'm
Oracle.
leaning towards Oracle.
You're Oracle, right, Steve?
Well, Anthony is Oracle. Yes.
Okay.
I think Jake agrees with the long-term thought here, but I don't think that's how Hashin thinks.
That's fine. So it's up to you.
Well, that stinks.
Well, no. So right
No.
now, Oracle's winning because I
You can
bet
only-
you Bree
yeah,
would
you
do
I
can
can
it.
only tie it.
Yeah.
I'm
You
not
would
going
only
to tie
do
it
it
up.
tie. Okay.
Anthony
then-
does like to avoid light gods for some reason.
If I'm thinking how Cacophony,
Yeah.
how
that-
Bree would play
I
Cacophony.
mean, hey, she's not here, so we had to make a decision for
Hmm.
her. So Oracle, we good with that?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're back.
Have you made up your minds?
We're gonna do the Oracle. We picked door 2.
For you,
There's one?
General.
That
For
is
you.
door 1.
Door
Yeah.
1.
I was gonna say, I think that was the first option.
By the way, your technique on your pruning, flawless.
45-degree
I
angle.
appreciated it.
And the plant you're working on, we've been seeking after that plant, actually.
I think we have one.
I've been able to grow it.
I don't think we're looking for it. Celine gets her heroin for free now.
Yeah, we have a druggie with us.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Belle?
I saw you wink at her.
What
Sir.
are you intimating at that?
She knows.
Habibi.
One episode she misses.
I know.
Come on,
yeah.
Carissa.
Goodness. Hope that dog was worth it.
It wasn't.
It never is.
And it never will be.
I don't know. Puppies are pretty cute.
Puppies grow into dogs.
That's true, but
Well,
puppies are cute.
I will send you along to the Oracle.
Any advice for dealing with him? Or her?
How many?
In order to enter, you need to give the 9 hells in order from the first to last.
What are they?
Anthony should know, right?
They're 1, 2,
3, 4.
Alvernus, I think, is number one.
Avernus is one. I don't. You
That's the first one.
I don't think Anthony's visited them much at all, actually.
Write
he
this
has never
down.
had
Who's
a
writing?
reason to
I'm
do that.
going.
I don't
Thank
think
you.
the Void has infiltrated them very often, so.
Are you on page 1 of your
But
notebook?
I don't know.
No, I've been but we started on 10/9 of 18.
Are you
Wow,
ready?
that's a good
Are you
idea.
ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain, General.
Avernus,
Avernus,
Yep.
You
followed
almost
by
mistitled him.
Dis,
D-I-S-S?
Dis,
Dismay.
followed by Minaris, followed by Phlegothus,
That's a fun one.
followed by Stygia, followed by Melbolgi,
can you spell that one? MELB.
No boogie.
spell it like it sounds.
I think the S is on this or
Can-
money
can
sign.
Mel-
Boggy. Malbolge.
Oh,
Oh.
GE.
Yep. Melbolgi. They say it differently.
I am definitely not going to remember his
Mel's
pronounced that way.
Bulge?
I'm gonna respell it just to remember.
Phonetically.
Yeah.
Maladomini. Cania, the realm of
Dogs.
my master,
Oh.
Mephistopheles.
Cania, with a K or a C.
Cania. And Nessus, the realm of the great Asmodeus.
Can you spell that one?
Nessus.
And we only have to do 9 because your map out there said 9, possibly 11. But we only have to do 9 for this.
There are layers within layers.
But that's the answer.
But that doesn't count as a layer, then, right?
Those are the 9.
Okay.
All right. Avernus, Dis, Minaris, Phlegothus, Stygia, Melbogi,
Bolgi.
Mabogi.
Mel's doggy.
Melboge,
It's like boogie. But bogey.
Melbolgi.
Maldomini,
Maladomini.
Maladomini,
Cana.
Cana, and Nessus.
Cania.
Not all of these are Latin. are
Cania
they?
and Nessus.
Nessus. Phlegothos.
Phlegothos.
Those are the 9,
Thank
same
you.
in order. If you can speak.
Time out.
Mm.
From top to bottom or bottom to top?
From Avernus down to Nessus.
Okay. Well, that'd have been a
Well,
real
What
kick
do you
in the
mean
up
if
to
we could
this.
speak?
Yeah, what's that mean?
What do you mean if we could speak?
Well, you'll have to fight through whatever's at the entryway.
Oh.
Oh,
Like if
oh,
we're
okay.
dead. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah, makes sense.
I get that.
Any helpers you can send with us? Any, like, potions, maybe? Just something to make sure we can really do this. Great Master.
Nope.
Okay, I thought I'd ask.
All right.
We're good.
I mean, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I guess.
stand over there.
Are you sure we chose correctly?
No. Good luck. I won't be seeing you again.
Oh wait, how are we gonna get back in here afterward?
You won't.
Oh, the Sultan will
You're
find
either
us.
going to survive and clear it, and the Sultan will meet you in the Celestial Gate.
Holy crap.
Or you're going to die like so many before you.
Okay.
Good possibility.
All right.
Well, good luck.
The gift for the Sultan.
Bill sends his regards.
Bail.
That feels like
He snaps his fingers, and the sigil that you were standing upon flares up with fire, and you feel yourselves in an excruciating pain for just a moment,
Mm-hmm.
as if he's just letting you know the power of the
He
flames.
starts singing the song from.
you're a jet all the way.
Wow. Killing my vibe.
Sorry.
First Giga
Jazz
Chad.
No, Giga Chad!
And
We should have ended
You-
with that. Bye, Giga Chad.
reappear with the same excruciating pain,
Well, that wasn't very nice.
and you find yourselves standing before a massive dark gray stoned building in what part of the city you don't know, but you hear and feel shadow around you, and you just bolt right through the gated opening. And as you do so, a massive door that is aflame with fire in kind of runic outlines is before you. And in front of that, moving in synchronous, are several devils that are surrounded by shadow
Mm-hmm.
as you engage. And that's where we will pick up the session next week, which begins our penultimate dungeon.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
we appreciate you
this is then the storm,
being here.
and I'm not here next week.
Oh, crap.
It's gonna be longer than 1 week, right?
Most
the dungeon will be.
We usually take longer.
Yeah, most likely.
I want to experience.
We appreciate you being here, and I mean, it will certainly be, because you have to get through the Oracle, and then you have to clear the Celestial Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to clear the city.
Yes. So,
Is it gonna be too late once we clear the Oracle to find the gate and then backtrack to Paylor's location to clear that?
it is, because they're not
You think it'll be too
connected.
late? Okay.
You've been sent to the one,
All
and
right.
hypothetically, you could go to the Celestial Gate and then ask the Sultan if you
No.
succeed.
Yeah, because I hate in games when you have to choose a path, and when you choose that path, this one's like
Have a
everybody
whole nother
there's going-
playthrough now.
Yeah.
Unless you had, that timely save right before
That's
you walked
right.
through the door to go see Jagar Hajad.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
So we will pick things up here next week. Appreciate you all being here, and we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night, starting at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, when we will continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a great night, everyone.
Doop-de-doo.
Cheers.